Yo, what is good, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Back again with this video, and this video is going to be about taking your shot, right? In, let's say, for example, cold approach. And I actually want to give myself a quick shout out before I go on, but I'm glad I built this content machine where some days I don't get to upload, and it's okay because my content is still being released because I schedule them, right? So I actually took a lot of time out to schedule my content. So for example, yesterday I got to enjoy my time with this new lady friend that I was able to spend time with. I didn't have to worry about content and creating content, scheduling, posting. I had it all scheduled already, right? Which is why it's very powerful to schedule your content, right? And create a system. But anyways, this video, jumping right back, this video is gonna be about taking your shot and taking a risk, right? To get something that you want, right? I actually read this quote or from this video, some motivational video or something like that. Simply this: you are not guaranteed success if you put in work and you take action. You're not guaranteed success, right? You might be successful, you might not. It's not guaranteed. But you for sure will guarantee no success if you take no action. So, if you take no action, you're pretty much guaranteeing you're not going to have any success. But if you do take action, there's no guarantee for success, but that option is there, right? So you either succeed or you don't. But that option to succeed will always be there when you take the action. And such a simple quote like that just resonated so well with me. And it just happened to come at the right time, right? So, yeah, I have this focus that, I jump around in some different topics here. But this video is solely going to be on cold approach and talking to women, right? It's such a simple idea, but not enough men do it, and it can have a huge impact on the direction of your life, right? If you're able to hone in on this skill, develop it, practice it, refine it, and execute, you might get some results that you would never have expected. I'm hesitant and debating if I should release a little a photo that I have here. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You'll see it pop up here somewhere, maybe. But I actually did this cold approach yesterday, 3 days ago. And I'm gonna tell you, I was not ready. I was on my e-bike, and actually, let me give you a backstory. If you look back at my previous content, I did focus a lot on cold approach and, getting dates. So back in 2020, I actually did a 30-day challenge of cold approach because of Justin Mark. If you guys don't know who he is, highly recommend looking up his content. He's an Indian guy who teaches men how to get dates, and I believe he's a club promoter as well. But I learned a lot from him. I got in one of his consulting phone calls, and he told me, Mark, listen, do a 30-day challenge and get out there every single day, approach, develop this skill, because your life's ticking and you're not going to get it if you don't take action. You're guaranteed no success if you don't take any action. So something drove me to do a 30-day challenge, and this was in 2020. I believe I filmed it, so you guys might be able to find it somewhere here. I gotta find it, maybe I'll link it, but look up the 30-day challenge in my YouTube channel. So anyways, I took on this challenge and it was tough. I learned a lot, right? And it led me to this point where I'm at now with my game, because I'm still practicing it, refining it, developing it. I actually met this amazing lady, however you want to call it, 2 days ago. And I was riding my e-bike, not prepared whatsoever, right? I'm on an e-bike going down the street and a sidewalk, and cars are blaring fine. Those suburban sidewalks that are just like you can barely walk and there's cars just flying back and forth. It was just right there where I did approach the sidewalk, and it actually went extremely well, right? But a lot of it just comes down to how comfortable are you with yourself, and how much fun are you willing to, the more comfortable you are, the more true you are to yourself. The more true you are to yourself, the more fun you become, because you're being true to yourself. And listen, I'll make another video on this, but some people might say, well, my true self is not fun. Well, that's where you have to develop it, cultivate that skill, make yourself more intriguing, but still being true to yourself. So you can still say, oh, I'm not fun, but I'm being true. That is true, but you can also develop that and still be true to yourself. Your own spin to it, pretty much. So say, do your own spin to it. So I'll do another video on that, because that can be very deceiving when you say you can't do something and then you realize you could do it. It's just that you believe you will be a different person. But the only way people actually change is if they get out their comfort zone and try to do something different. And I'm sure you guys know that feeling if you guys have ever done that. Step out of your zone, it feels uncomfortable, different. You've never done this before. What the hell am I doing? But because you do that and you keep doing it, you eventually embrace it, that skill, or embrace that, whatever it is, you embrace that, say, skill. And then now you have that skill. Now you can let your true personality shine through this new skill, right? So you're technically still being true to yourself, except it's coming from a different angle. So extremely powerful and crazy how we can limit ourselves, But anyways, this video is to take the chance, take the risk, learn to do cold approach. I highly recommend this to any young men out there who, want to get a better dating life, You have to do cold approach. And if you guys don't know anything or where to start, here are my recommendations, because I learned from these guys, so you could probably learn from them as well. Owen Cook, Justin Mark, Todd V. You know what? Let me break this down. Justin Mark is a guy who I think he's the most hip, most cool guy. Very interesting scene. He's very, what's the word? There's a lot of peacocking, He's very out there, very bold, insanely bold, and you can learn a lot from him. Todd V is good for anyone who's into the technical game, like how I was. I was very technical in my game when I first started, trying to do everything all perfect. But in reality, once you know the skills, you can let your true personality shine through. So Todd V is good for those who are like nerd and they want to get all technical. Highly recommend him. Owen Cook is the one who I actually learned a lot from too, where you just be yourself and how to get into that momentum and state of mind, of flow. So these three, there's a bunch of different ones too I didn't mention, but those three really accelerated my growth, right? And of course, there's books I would recommend if you guys want to check it out. Models by Mark Manson, I believe. Might get that wrong, but it's called Models by Mark Manson or something like that. The other book would be Mystery Method. Oh yeah, Mystery Method I highly recommend. Powerful stuff for night game and social settings, right? That's where I think Mystery Method shines. Through social circles, there's 3-4 people. That's when you want to use Mystery Method, right? It's a little bit different than cold approach in a way, because cold approach, if you're doing it during the day, likely they will be by themselves. So it's different. But Mystery Method is another book I recommend. And then there's one more, I believe. There's another book. I believe The Rational Male. Can't remember who the author is, but The Rational Male is also pretty good. Oh, and another good book, The Game, I believe. Yeah, The Game by Neil Strauss. Very good books. These 4 books, I believe I said, are highly, highly potent, very, very powerful stuff to read. And like I said, guys, get out there, learn the skill, because it's not going to come to you if you guys don't take the action. And it's pretty blaringly obvious that if you want to see any kind of result, you need to take an action, right? there's a bunch of things, you know, people can say, well, I'm gonna earn the money and then I can get the women. But the problem is, if you do earn the money, sure, that might work, but they actually might be attracted to you for the wrong reasons, because you're a source of, you know, you're a resource of them. You have money, you know, you have money to support not just you, but them. And if you have the energy or personality where you don't know even how to talk to women, dude, you're screwed, you know? I seen guys, I used to go out a lot in Chicago, and I was freaking crazy broke, and I would still go out and freaking go crazy, you know, downtown in Chicago. If you guys know River North, dude, crazy spot out there, love it. I would go out and I would actually invite a bunch of guys out, because they all had different issues with trying to just talk to women, you know. And I met this one guy who's actually, he had money. He was like older than me. He had money, you know, all that stuff, but he couldn't freaking talk to girls for the life of him. So even though he had money, and maybe he got some attraction, he conveyed like neediness in ways where it's very unattractive to a woman. And so that's why I believe learning to just remove that. Don't even think about the money aspect. Learn how to actually just talk to women. Then spice things up when you have some money. But learn that first. And that's what I will recommend. This video is way longer than I want it to be, but it's such an important skill. Such an important skill that I even made a video about it, right? So I'm gonna keep this short like I did in a way, but hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Drop a like, drop a comment, and we can go from there. So we will talk soon, guys. Peace.